Hi everyone. So today we're going to be starting with the string functions. In my previous video, I did the numeric functions, which comes under the heading called single row functions. So before I take you through the string functions, let me just revise with you. There were two categories of functions, single row functions and multiple row functions. What does single row function do? If it works on 4 rows, it gives you 4 answers. So for every row that it acts upon, it gives you an answer. But what does multiple row function do? If it works on 4 rows, it gives me 1 answer. So it works on multiple rows, but the answer given is a single one. Is that clear? So I hope you remember that. So let's get started with the string functions. So the first string function that I want to talk to you about is the function named as length. What does this function do? This function does nothing but returns or tells me the number of characters that your string consists of. Now, your string could consist of alphabets, could consist of digits, could consist of any special characters. Every character is going to be taken into consideration while doing the count. So if you look at the example here, it says select length good day. So that means how many characters are there in good day. So let's just count. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we have a 5 space included, 6, 7, and 8. So my output is going to be 8. So length is doing what for us? It's counting how many characters present in the string. Okay, coming to the next function. The next function is called the lower function or the L case function. What does this do? It takes a string and gives you a string back, converting all the characters of the string to lowercase. Now you might wonder, what if your string has special characters or it has digits? Then obviously there is no small letter 1 or small letter star, right? So those characters remain unchanged. All uppercase characters get converted to lowercase. So in this example, yeah, purposely I wrote examination. Like you might wonder, why did ma'am write all this in so many letters? Just to tell you that all uppercase characters will be converted to lowercase. Lowercase anyways remains as lowercase. So what would the output of this example be? It will be examination in lowercase. Another important thing that I did mention in the first video, and I'm talking about this, that means in the numeric function video, that because I'm not getting good day or examination from any table, I've not written from EMP, from teacher, from student. I've just written select the name of the function and the data it acts upon. Okay. Now, if you've understood lower, I know you can automatically guess what the upper function or the U case function does. It converts everything to capital letters. So what is my output going to be? It's going to be examination, but in capital letters. Okay. Now, I'm just showing you another example. It doesn't mean that you have to always use a particular string. You could use data from your table as well. Suppose you wanted to show the names of all employees in uppercase. Okay, you want to display the names of all employees in uppercase, and you want to even show the length of their names. Look at this command. I wrote select upper E name, comma, length E name from EMP. So 2 columns of answer I will get. One is the names of all the employees of the EMP table in uppercase, and then the length of each of their names. So suppose the first name was Amit. Amit would be in uppercase. Next to it, you will get 4. Suppose the next name is Helen. Helen would be in uppercase and the length would give me 5, and so on. So you can use any of these functions even with data coming from tables. In fact, it's not necessary the select command. I could use this even for an update command. Let's say your table consists of names of employees, which may be some of them in uppercase, some of them in lowercase, some of them in mixed cases. And I want to convert all their names to uppercase, right? So we have learned the update function in our previous videos. So what do I write? Update and the name of the table. What is the name of the table? EMP. Then the keyword set, the column that you want to update. What is the column you want to update? E name. And what do you want to do? You want to convert all the names to uppercase. So you could write upper in bracket ename. So what does that mean? All the names get converted to uppercase. So usage of this function could be in your select command, could be in your update command, wherever you need to use it. Is that clear? Okay, so length, lower and upper is clear. Okay, let's go ahead with the next few functions. Okay, the next function we will talk about is a function named as concat. Basically, concat is a word that is obtained from another word called concatenation. And concatenation means nothing but join. So what would concat S1, S2 do? It would join both the given strings. Example, if you've seen here, it says concat hello bye. So your output is going to be hello bye as one word, and it's going to get concatenated. Okay, let's see another example where, I want to concatenate it with some column from a particular table. Let's assume there is a table called teacher, and it has a column named as name. Now, next to every teacher's name, I want to write teacher Anil, teacher Susan. So I want to concat teacher word TR with the names of the teachers. So can you see what I've done here? I wrote select concat. This is the first string. It has to be concatenated with a column called name. From which table? From a table called teacher. So you would get like this: teacher Anil, teacher Susan. Now, why am I getting a space here, and why didn't I get it here? Is because, can you see I've left a space here after TR? So that means I'm concatenating TR space with the name. Otherwise, if I wouldn't have put the space, it would look as TRANIL, TR Anil as one word. I don't want that, so I put the space also as a part of one of the strings. Correct? Okay. Now coming to the function called write. The length function, the upper function, the lower function only took one string as a parameter in the function. Concat function required two strings to be joined together. Write function requires two parameters, but they are not strings. S is a string and N is some integer value. What does write function do? It will extract certain characters, or let me say n characters, from the right side of the string or from the end of the string. To understand that, I have written, let's look at the example. I've written select write enjoy, 3. Enjoy, 3. What does it mean? Give me 3 characters from the end of the string or from the right side of the string. And what are the 3 characters from the right side of the string? Nothing but joy. Okay, I just hope all your lives are filled with joy. Okay, if you've understood right, obviously, I don't need to actually give an explanation for left. I know you must have already started thinking of the output there. So let's look at it. It says left hopeful, 4. Left means give me n characters, that is 4 characters from the left side of the string or from the beginning of the string. So I am going to get the output as hope. And I hope that you guys are always hopeful, because hope is the only thing that, makes us move forward in life, irrespective of what we have to face in our lifetime. Is that clear? Okay, so anyways, let's get ahead with our other functions. Okay, the next category of function is the ltrim, the rtrim, and the trim. I've taken them together because they're almost doing the same thing. ltrim, suppose you have a string which has spaces before the string and spaces after the string, not in the middle, spaces before or spaces after. What will ltrim do? Remove all the spaces that appear before the string. That means the beginning part, if there are spaces means white space characters. It will remove all that. What will rtrim do? Rtrim will remove all spaces from the right side of the string. And what would trim do? It would do what both ltrim and rtrim does. That is, it will remove white spaces from the beginning as well as from the end. Note here, I want to mention, it cannot, none of these functions are going to remove spaces from the middle of a string. It's either the beginning or the end of both the beginning and the end. Okay, now to understand this, I've given you an example here. It says select length. Okay, now here in this example, all hash denotes a space. Okay. Now, why did I put a hash is how do I show a space otherwise? If I leave a space, how would you know how many spaces are left? So only for that reason, all hash symbols in these examples denote a space. Now it says length of hash, piece, hash, hash. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We said length function tells me the number of characters. So this is going to be 8. But if I say length ltrim hash piece hash, what does the ltrim function do? It will remove this out. If you remove that out, what will be the length of the string now? 7. What does rtrim do? It removes spaces from the right side of the string. So how many spaces will it remove? 2. So if it removes 2 spaces, what will be the length of the string? 6. And what does trim do? It removes spaces from before as well as after. So it removes this and it removes both these. So then what is the length of the string now left as? 5 only for the letter piece. Is that clear? So is ltrim, rtrim and trim clear? Almost no, doing the same thing. L, so left side, R, so right side, trim, because it don't specify L or R, it's going to trim from both the sides. Okay, let's move to the next slide. Okay, it's called a very important function. Okay, it's called the substring or the substr or mid. So the same function has 3 names: substring, substr or mid, and it does the same thing, whichever function name you use. Now this function takes 3 parameters. The first one has to be a string. The second and the third has to be some integer value. And it is not necessary that you need to write n. N can be omitted. So what happens when n gets omitted? But can I omit m? No. M is a necessity, but n can be omitted. Okay, now look at an example. What does it do? It extracts substring. What does the word substring mean? A part of the string. So you have a whole string. I'm just trying to remove few elements from the string. Okay, so mid formation, comma 4, comma 3. What does m here? This is the m variable, right? And this is the n variable, right? What does M say? M says start extraction from this position, from position number 4. What does N say? How many characters to extract? Okay, so which is position 4? 1, 2, 3, 4. So where am I supposed to be starting the extraction? From M onwards. Okay, and how many characters to extract? It says 3 characters. So what's the output going to be? Mat. Correct? Because start at M and get me 3 characters. So I have M, A, and T. Okay. Here in this example, you have the string, you have where to start extraction and how many characters to extract. I told you, you can also omit the value N. Then what happens? Let's look at the next example. Examination, comma 6. So where should I start extraction? From the 6th character. So first, second, third, fourth, fifth, 6th. So extraction starts at N. But did it tell you how many characters to extract? No. Then in that scenario, what happens is it starts extraction from the 6th and goes up till the end of the string. Okay, so when you don't specify N, extraction starts at the location that you have said. But everything from that location onwards to the end of the string will be a part of your output. Clear? Okay. Another example is, okay, I said you can omit N, but M can be positive or negative. That means position calculation can be from the left side or from the beginning if M is positive. Position calculation can also be from the right side if M is negative, as shown here. Okay. -3. So I'm supposed to get the -3 position. So this is position 1, position 2, position 3. So this is the -3 position. Now, did you see I started counting backwards? Is because m's value is a negative number. So when it's a negative number, find the position from the right side of the string. Okay, so where does it say you have to start extraction? At A. Now, did you specify how many characters to extract? No. So from that position onwards to the end. So it is nothing but AIR. Now, commonly made mistake is people think because I started, finding the position from backward, I will get a backward string. No. The M value is only to get to a position. You're always going to be finding strings from that position forward, not backward. Is that clear? Okay, now look at this. It says substring honesty, comma, -5, comma, 4. So again, M's value is minus. So find the position backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So position is from N. But did it give you a N value? Alphabet N. But did it give you the third parameter, N value? Yeah, it gave me 4. What does it mean? From N, I need 4 characters. So what is the output going to be? Is NEST. Is that clear? So I've shown you all possible outputs that could be asked. But can you see somewhere written mid, somewhere SUBSTR, some places substring? Doesn't matter. You could use any of these function names that you see on the board or on the screen. Okay. Now going to the last function that we need to learn under the string function, and that's called the instr function. Now, what does this function do? Again, instr function requires 2 strings. What is it actually going to do? It's going to check if the second string, is it a part of your first string? And if it is, it will tell you at what position it found the second string in the first string. But there is a possibility that the second string doesn't exist in the first string. Then in that case, what does the function do? Function gives me an answer 0. So you remember in this function and in the length function, you always got a numeric answer. Okay, so what is it doing? Searching for S2 in S1. If it finds it, that's also the first occurrence, because S2 could be appearing in S1 multiple times. It's going to be giving me the first occurrence. And if it doesn't exist, it's going to give me this value 0. Okay, look at this. INSTR corporation, comma, OR. So I'm searching for OR in this string called corporation, but I can see it twice. What does the description say? That it gives you the position of the first occurrence. So where does it occur? Here. Correct? So this is which position? 1, 2, 3. So where did you start getting the substring? At position number 2. So your answer is 2. Clear? Okay. Look at the next one. I wrote INSTR floor, comma, RO. Now you might think RO exists, but not in RO form, OR form. But it's going to check for an exact match, right? So does RO exist as RO in floor? No, there is no RO string. So your output is going to be 0, because if the second string doesn't exist in the first string, then in that scenario, it gives you the output 0. Is that clear? So I hope all these string functions are clear with you. You could use these in select commands. You could use this with tables, without tables. Some of them I showed you with tables. Some of them I showed you without tables, but it's going to be doing the same thing. Okay, so we, as of now, we've learned the numeric function and we have also learned the string function. Okay. So if you've understood everything and if you've enjoyed watching the video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.